bet.
Foster's, Australian for beer.
If you would like to own a video cassette of this program for your home library, ask your home video dealer about purchasing new or previously viewed tapes. And now for our feature presentation.
We are the Breeze, where one of the funniest game consoles to play on is the Penis, aka the Sega Genesis. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, there's actually a parody where somebody made it Sega Penis whatever. If you want to know what that link is about, I'll send you a link sometime. But in the meantime, we're going to start fresh with the 1995 PC version of Jeopardy! In the hopes I get to start a run for this version.
This is Penis.
Welcome to Jeopardy! Let's begin.
This is Jeopardy! I'm going to delete this profile.
For the Penis computer. The PC Penis computer.
Okay, I've taken on Richard Marston and Ruth Goldsmith, and they're both going to be beanies.
Hello, I'm Richard Marston. I make my living as an actuary for an insurance firm, but my real love is art, especially Renaissance sculpture.
Hello, I'm Ruth Goldsmith. I'm a chemist for a pharmaceutical company. I've been interested in science ever since my mother gave me my first science kit for my 10th birthday.
Let's begin.
Now for the Jeopardy round, in which one
Astronomy in space,
somewhere on the board,
TV theme songs, fountains, rocks and minerals, birds, and finally, the Oscars.
Good luck.
Let's do this. Astronomy in space for 100.
With you. Let's take a look at the answer.
The center of this, our home galaxy, is near the constellation Sagittarius.
Contestant number 1.
What is the Milky Way?
You are correct.
Astronomy in space 200.
Contestant number 1.
In 1991, England's first astronaut, Helen Sharman, took off for space aboard one of this country's Soyuz capsules.
Contestant number 3.
What is the Soviet Union? I think that's right.
Yes, that's correct. Contestant number 3.
TV theme songs 400. The 4 words Mr. Ed sings at the end of his TV theme song.
Contestant number 1.
What are I am Mr. Ed?
Yes.
Hello.
That's correct.
I am Mr. Ed.
Contestant number 1.
TV theme songs 100. This show's theme song was rewritten to include The Professor and Mary Ann.
Contestant
What is
number
Gilligan's Island? And I got that one right.
Yes.
TV theme songs 200.
Correct. Contestant number 1.
This leading character was a poor mountaineer, barely kept his family fed.
Contestant
Who
number
is
1.
Jed Clampett?
You are correct.
TV theme songs 300.
Contestant number 1. The answer is...
According to its theme song, this romantic vessel promises something for everyone.
Contestant number 1.
What is the Love Boat?
You are
TV theme
correct.
songs 500.
Contestant number 1. The answer there is...
In the Green Acres theme song, Ava Gabor sings, I get allergic smelling this.
Contestant
What is
number 1.
hay?
You are correct.
Astronomy in
Contestant
space for
number 1.
300. The first surveyor probe was sent to this body in 1966 in preparation for the manned landing.
Contestant number 1.
What is the moon? Alright, Astronomy in Space 400.
Yes, that's correct. Contestant number 1.
This type of spacecraft is also known as the Space Transportation System. Richard rings in. Is it rocket shuttle? No.
Sorry, incorrect. Contestant number 1.
What is the space shuttle?
You
Yes.
are correct.
Astronomy in Space 500.
Contestant number 1.
With its brilliant coloring, Io has been called the most spectacular of this planet's Galilean moons.
Contestant number 1.
What is Saturn?
Oh, sorry.
No.
That's not right. Contestant number 3.
Is it Jupiter?
You are
Yeah.
correct. Contestant number 3.
The Oscars 200. Michael Caine and Diane West both won Oscars for this Woody Allen film.
Contestant number 1.
What is Hannah and Her Sisters? The Oscars for 100.
Right. Contestant number 1.
Jeremy Irons' performance as this enigmatic socialite won him a 1990 Oscar.
Contestant number 1.
Who is Henry V?
Incorrect.
No.
Contestant number 2.
Klaus Van Bülow?
Yes.
Bülow? Yep.
That's correct. Contestant number 2.
The Oscars 300. This director who won for The Last Emperor is Italian, not Chinese.
Contestant number 3.
Who is Bernardo Bertolucci?
You are correct.
Yes.
Contestant number 3.
The Oscars 400. William Hurt, Holly Hunter, and Albert Brooks all received acting nominations for this 1987 film.
Contestant number
What is
1.
broadcast news?
You are
The Oscars for 500.
Contestant number 1.
Whoopi Goldberg was the first black actress to win since this actress won for Gone with the Wind.
Contestant number 2.
Who is Esther Rollins?
Sorry.
Wrong.
That's incorrect. Contestant number 3.
Who is Hattie McDaniel? Oh, yeah.
You are correct. Contestant number 3.
Fountains for 100. Legend says that if you throw a coin into this Roman fountain, you'll return someday.
Contestant number 1.
What is the Trevi Fountain?
You are
Fountains
correct.
200.
Contestant number 1.
The famous fountains at this royal complex near Paris were begun about 1661.
Contestant number 3.
What is Versailles?
Yes, that's correct. Contestant number 3.
Fountains for 300. A statue commonly called Eros occupies a fountain in this London circus.
Contestant number
What
1.
is Piccadilly?
Yes.
Piccadilly Circus. Fountains
That's
400.
correct. Contestant number 1.
Mughal ruler Shah Jahan had many fountains built in this city, home of the Taj Mahal.
Contestant number 1.
What is Agra, India?
Yes,
Fountains
that's
500.
correct. Contestant number 1. Here is the clue.
The fountain Castelia flowed near the stone marking the center of the earth at this Greek site.
Contestant number 3.
What was Parthenon? No.
Sorry, incorrect.
Wrong.
Contestant number 2.
What was Acropolis?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Wrong. Delphi. Okay.
Contestant
Or
number
Delphi.
1.
Rocks and Minerals 100. It's the principal alloy of iron.
Contestant number 2.
What is steel?
You
Yes.
are correct. Contestant number 2.
Rocks and minerals 200. The one name for the Black Prince in the Crown Jewels is really a red spinel, not this gem.
Contestant number 2.
Is it a garnet? No.
Sorry, that's incorrect.
What is a ruby?
Contestant number 1. Yes.
Rocks and minerals 300.
Contestant number 1.
The name of this fire-grained, translucent variety of gypsum was used by the Romans for marble. Fine-grained.
Contestant number 3.
Is it alabaster?
You are
Yep.
correct. Contestant number 3.
Bird for 100. Falcons are native to every continent except this one. What is Antarctica? Birds 200.
Contestant number 1.
Barn owls are distinguished from typical owls by their faces, which have this romantic shape. What is a heart? Heart shape. Birds 300.
Contestant number 1.
The hill species of this blackbird is the best known, perhaps because it does so much talking.
Contestant number 1.
What is a myna bird?
You are correct.
Birds for 400.
Contestant number 1.
The white ibis has a red face, while this ibis is almost completely red.
Contestant number 3.
What is the scarlet ibis?
Yes.
Yep.
That's correct. Contestant number 3.
Birds for 500. The bird that's nicknamed Budgie is also known as the shelled parakeet.
Contestant number
What is a
1.
budgery? No.
Not correct. Contestant number 3.
Parrot? No.
No, I'm afraid that is not correct. Contestant
Richard's
number 2.
coming in. The budgerigar?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's correct. Contestant number 2.
Rocks and minerals 400. Daily double.
It's a daily double.
He's at minus 900, but he can risk up to 500. He's going to go just 400. Okay, here's the clue. In rocks and minerals. The name of this mineral was often featured in big letters on old-time theater curtains. Ew. What is asbestos? Yep.
You are correct. Contestant number
Rocks
2.
and minerals 500. Early photographers used this lightest common metal as an ingredient in flash powder.
Contestant number 1.
What is... What is aluminum?
Oh, I'm sorry.
No.
That's wrong. Contestant number 3.
What is magnesium? Yep.
Yes.
Time for double jeopardy.
Now for the double jeopardy round. With
World War II,
somewhere on the board,
food and drink,
these categories.
opera, books and authors, streets, and finally, blood. Category about blood.
Good luck. Contestant number 2, we'll start with you.
World War II for 200.
Here is the clue.
This strategic island was less than 8 square miles, had no fresh water, and featured Mount Suribachi, an extinct volcano.
Contestant number 1.
What is Iwo Jima?
Yes.
World War II for
That's
400.
correct. Contestant number 1.
On July 25th, 1943, King Victor Emmanuel III fired him as the head of government and put him in prison.
Contestant number 2.
Who was Benito Mussolini?
You
Yeah.
are correct. Contestant number 2.
World War II 600. Some joke the initials OSS meant "oh so secret," but they really stood for this.
Contestant number 2.
What is the Office of Strategic Services? Yep.
Yes. Contestant number 2.
World War II, 800. Though most unions had a no-strike pledge during the war, John L. Lewis took this group out anyway.
Contestant number 3.
It was the United Coal Mine Workers.
Yes.
Yep.
That's correct. Contestant number 3.
And we're going to pause for a moment because my camera is running low on battery. But we'll be back right after this. Alright everyone, I just put my camera charger in a different plug outlet and we're ready to continue.
Welcome back. Contestant number 3.
World War 2000. This country surprised the Russian Imperial Navy in 1904 and pulled the same trick on the U.S. in 1941.
Contestant number 3.
What is Korea? No.
Incorrect. Contestant number 1.
What is Japan?
Yes. That's correct. Contestant
Food and drink,
number 1.
200. There are the 3 traditional flavors in Neapolitan ice cream. What are chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry?
Contestant number 1.
Yep. Food and drink for 400.
Good job. Contestant number 1.
From the Turkish, it literally means roast meat on a skewer.
Contestant number 2.
What is darn? It's no.
Oh, sorry. That's not right.
That's wrong, you showed.
Shish kebab. Shish kebab.
Contestant number 1.
A food and drink 600. This salad consists of diced apples, celery, and nuts dressed with mayonnaise.
Contestant
What is a
number
Waldorf
1.
salad?
Yes.
Food and drink 800.
That's correct. Contestant number 1.
Limburger cheese was named for Limburg, a province in this low country where it originated. What is the Netherlands?
Contestant number 1. Wrong.
Oh, maybe it's Luxembourg.
Contestant number 3.
Netherlands? I just said Netherlands.
Sorry, incorrect. Anyone else?
Maybe it's Luxembourg.
Contestant number 2.
Belgium? It's
You are
Belgium.
correct.
Okay.
Contestant number 2.
Food and drink for 1,000.
Let's take a look at the answer.
This baked Greek dish consists of layers of ground lamb and eggplant flavored with onions, tomatoes, and cinnamon.
Contestant number 3.
Is it tabbouleh? No.
Sorry, incorrect. Anyone else? Contestant number 1.
What is hummus?
Sorry,
No.
incorrect. Anyone else? Contestant number 2.
Is it moussaka? Yes.
You are correct. Contestant number 2.
Opera 200. The triumphal chorus of this Verdi opera contains the line, "Glory to Egypt's mighty gods."
Contestant number 1.
What is Attila the Hun?
Sorry,
No.
that's incorrect. Contestant number 3.
Is it Nabucco?
Sorry. Contestant number 2.
Is it Aida?
You are correct. Contestant number 2.
Opera 400. Habanera, an aria from this opera, includes the line, "Love is a gypsy boy."
Contestant number 3.
What is Carmen? I think that was it.
Yes, that's correct. Contestant number 3.
Opera 600. In a Gershwin opera, this crippled beggar kills a stevedore named Crown.
Contestant number 2.
Is it Porgy? Yeah,
Yes.
Porgy and Bess.
That's correct.
Just Porgy, though.
Contestant number 2.
Opera 800. In this Puccini opera, Rodolfo, Marcello, Colleen, and Chaunard share a garret in Paris's Latin Quarter.
Contestant number 3.
Is it Manon Lescaut?
Sorry.
No.
Contestant number 2.
Tosca?
Sorry.
No. La Boheme.
Contestant number
Opera
2.
1000. In an Offenbach opera, he related the tales of his three loves, Olympia, Gietia, and Antonia.
Contestant number 2.
Who is Hoffman? No. Oh, it is Hoffman.
Correct. Contestant number
Books and
2.
authors for 200. In the 1960s, some of his short works appeared in Six Tales of the Jazz Age and Other Stories.
Contestant number 1.
Who is O. Henry? Oh, shoot.
Sorry.
No.
Contestant number 2.
Is it F. Scott Fitzgerald? Yeah.
Yes. That's correct. Contestant number 2.
Books and authors 400. Edith Wharton was the first woman to win the Pulitzer Prize for fiction for her novel, The Age of This.
Contestant number 1.
What is Innocence?
Yes.
Books and authors
That's
600.
correct. Contestant number 1.
Catriona or David Balfour, as it's known in America, was R.L. Stevenson's sequel to this novel.
Contestant
Catriona,
number
David
3.
Balfour. What is Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde?
Incorrect.
No.
Contestant number 2.
What is Treasure Island? No.
Sorry. Incorrect. Anyone else?
I'm not too sure about this one. And Ruth is in the hole at minus 1300. Oh, Kidnapped, of course. Books and authors 800.
Contestant number 1.
His 1983 novel Poland centers on the fictional village of Bukowo on the Vistula River.
Contestant number 3.
Who is DeMille? No.
Sorry.
Ruth, keep playing like this. You're not going to be around for Final Jeopardy.
Contestant number 2.
Clancy? No.
I'm sorry. That's wrong.
I don't know, so I'm not ringing in. James Missioner. Books and authors for 1,000.
Contestant number 1.
This 1972 bestseller by Richard Adams follows a group of rabbits as they search for a new warren. I can tell you this right now, the daily doubles are in Streets and Blood.
Contestant number 3.
What is Watership Down? There you go, Ruth.
Contestant number 3.
Streets for 200. The Bank of England fronts on Threadneedle Street just south of the Thames in this city.
Contestant number 1.
What is London?
You are
Streets for
correct.
400.
Contestant number 1. Let's take a look at the answer.
Among the streets in this European capital are Gran Via, Calle de Alcala, and Paseo del Prado.
Contestant number 1.
What is Madrid, Spain?
You are
Streets
correct.
for 800 for 600.
Contestant number 1.
Streets in this U.S. resort include Baltic Avenue, Pacific Avenue, and Virginia Avenue.
Contestant number 1.
What is Atlantic City?
You are correct.
Streets for 800.
Contestant number 1.
It's the New York Avenue on which you'd find the Empire State Building and St. Patrick's Cathedral.
Contestant number 1.
What is Fifth Avenue?
You are
Streets
correct.
for 1,000.
Contestant number 1.
There's one of the two daily doubles.
The answer there is one of the 2 daily doubles.
I'm going to wager 100.
Contestant number 1. What would you like to wager?
W.C. Handy wrote and played his blues compositions at Pee Wee Saloon on this Memphis street. What is Elvis Presley Boulevard? No, Beale Street.
That is not.
Blood for 200.
Contestant number 1. Let's take a look at the answer.
This fatty substance is carried through the blood by lipoproteins.
Contestant number 2.
What is triglyceride?
Ooh,
Triglycerides? No.
wrong. Contestant number 3.
What is lipoprotein acid?
Sorry, incorrect.
No.
Anyone else? Contestant number 1.
What is cholesterol?
You are correct.
Blood for 400.
Contestant number 1.
This blood type is called a universal donor.
Contestant number 1.
What is AB?
Oh, sorry.
No.
That's not right.
Maybe it's O.
Contestant number 2.
Is it? I just said AB.
Oh, sorry. That's not right. Contestant number 3.
What is B?
No.
Nope, typo.
That is not correct.
Yeah, 600.
Contestant number 1.
The other daily double.
Contestant number 1.
This time let's do just
What would
200.
you like to wager?
People with this red blood cell substance found in 1940 are positive. Those without it, negative. What is anemia?
Oh,
No, the RH factor.
That's not right.
800.
Contestant number 1.
A blood pressure reading gives two figures, one for systolic pressure and one for this. What is diastolic
Contestant
pressure?
number 1. Yes.
And blood for 1,000.
Contestant number 1.
This watery part of the blood carries such substances as minerals, hormones, and enzymes. And Ruth will not be around for Final Jeopardy. White blood cells? No.
Sorry. Incorrect. Contestant number 3.
Red blood cells? No.
Wrong.
I can tell you this right now, Jay. I'm going to be able to start a run for this game.
Yay.
The plasma. Okay. Final Jeopardy category?
The Final Jeopardy category.
Historic names.
Contestant number 1. What would you like to wager?
I'll do... Richard can win up to $200, so I'll go $5,199. That way I can beat him by $1.
The Final Jeopardy clue is...
Either way I win, so... A U.S. naval squadron brought back his remains from France in 1905, 113 years after his death. Who was... Wait, hang on. Who is the Marquis de Lafayette? Hang on, there we go. I got it in time. Let's see who it was.
Yes.
Oh, John Paul Jones.
Let's see what contestant number 2 wagered.
Oh, well, that's okay. John Paul Jones.
Your total?
So he's at $150.
Contestant number 1.
Well, I said Marquis de Lafayette and I got it wrong.
Sorry. Let's see what contestant number 1 wagered.
So I dropped down all the way down to $201, but that is enough to start a run.
201 to
Contestant
start a
number
run.
1, you are now
Yep.
reigning Jeopardy champion. Congratulations.
So my one game winning total is $201. But hey, it is enough to start a run, so I will do my second game soon, in which I will hopefully will win more. And we'll see y'all for my next video coming soon.